Something huge could be coming to Atlanta, and if it happens, it could change everything. Imagine the Falcons pulling off a blockbuster trade that transforms their offense overnight. The name on everyone's lips? Jacobe Meyers. Could this be the move that finally takes Michael Penn Jr. and the Falcons to the next level? Stay with me, because this story could shake the NFL. The Atlanta Falcons might be on the edge of a game-changing move. Rumors are swirling that they could be targeting Jacobe Meyers, the talented wide receiver from the Las Vegas Raiders. And let me tell you, if this trade actually happens, it wouldn't just be a small adjustment. It could completely reshape the Falcons' offense and the way Michael Penn Jr. plays. Here's what's going on. A trade idea recently floated suggested Atlanta could give up a fourth-round draft pick to land Meyers. Just a fourth-rounder for a player who has proven he can put up big numbers and be a reliable target. That sounds like a steal. Why Meyers? Well, last season in Las Vegas, he caught 87 passes, racked up over 1,000 yards, and scored 6 touchdowns. Year after year, he has shown he can be steady and consistent, the kind of player a young quarterback like Michael Penn Jr. can depend on. And there's more to the story. Meyers is in the final year of his contract, making around $10.5 million this season, and he's reportedly requested a trade this offseason. That means the Raiders might be ready to move him, and the Falcons could swoop in and fill a key need for their offense. Now, let's break down why this could be huge for Atlanta. First and foremost, Jacobe Meyers could become a trusted weapon for Michael Penn Jr., someone he can count on every drive. That connection could help Penn Jr. grow faster, make better plays, and push the Falcons closer to being a real threat in the NFC. This isn't just a trade rumor, it's a potential turning point. And if the Falcons pull this off, it could send shockwaves across the league. So Falcons fans, here's the big question. Would Jacobe Meyers be the missing piece this team needs? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this move could elevate Michael Penn Jr. and the Falcons to the next level, or is it just hype? Right now, everything for the Falcons comes down to one thing. Developing Michael Penn Jr. This young quarterback has talent, but his growth depends on the weapons around him. The more reliable targets he has, the better he plays. That's where Jacobe Meyers comes in. Meyers is as steady and dependable as they come. Pair him with Drake London and Kyle Pitts, and suddenly the Falcons have one of the most dangerous receiving trios not just in the NFC, but possibly in the entire NFL. Imagine the matchups defenses would face: a strong, physical tight end, a young big-bodied receiver, and a veteran with proven hands and precision. That's a nightmare for any secondary. But it's not just about big names. The second reason this trade could be a game-changer is immediate production. Meyers isn't a rookie learning on the job. He's already proven he can deliver in real NFL games. Precise routes, strong hands, smart football instincts. He's exactly the type of player a young quarterback like Michael Penn Jr. needs. With Meyers, you know what you're getting from week 1. No growing pains, no guessing games. And here's the third huge positive. The NFC is wide open right now. Sure, the Buccaneers are solid, but the division is far from locked down. Injuries have shaken up the competition, and the Falcons could make a serious playoff push with the right additions. Meyers could be the edge they need to not just compete, but to separate themselves and send a statement to the rest of the league. Atlanta is ready to fight. Of course, nothing is perfect. There are real concerns about bringing Meyers in. The first is the contract situation. He's making $10.5 million this year, which is already significant. If he performs well, and he likely will, he'll be asking for a bigger deal. And that's on top of Darnell Mooney, who is already earning around $13 million. If the Falcons bring Meyers in, they'll be paying 2 big contracts for receivers. It's a financial puzzle that can't be ignored. Even with these concerns, the potential upside is huge. The Falcons could be on the verge of something special, but it comes with risk. So Falcons fans, here's the big question for you. Do you think adding Jacobe Meyers is worth the price to give Michael Penn Jr. the weapons he needs? Or is this too much risk for the team right now? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to see what you think. But let's be real, nothing about this trade comes without risks. Paying two receivers big money at the same time could get tricky for the Falcons down the road. Meyers isn't just coming in to catch passes, he's going to want an extension if he performs well. And if he starts producing at a high level, could he end up costing more than Darnell Mooney? That's a question the front office will have to answer, and it's not an easy one. Another major concern? The fit. Jacobe Meyers has been at his best playing in the slot with the Raiders. But that's also Drake London's most effective spot. Could Atlanta make it work? Possibly. But there's also a real chance that Meyers' production could dip if he's forced to play outside more often. And let's not forget the chemistry factor. There's no guarantee that Meyers and Michael Penn Jr. will click immediately. Imagine trading for a key player and having it not work out the way you hoped. That's a real risk. And then there's the draft capital. A fourth-round pick might not seem huge, but for a team that is young, hungry, and trying to build for the future, giving up another piece of draft capital is still a big deal. This is the kind of choice that could help the team right now, but could it hurt them later? It's a balance the Falcons have to weigh carefully. At the heart of it all, this trade talk highlights one clear truth: developing Michael Penn Jr. is everything. You don't invest a high draft pick in a quarterback just to let him struggle without weapons around him. The Falcons know it. And Meyers could be the key piece, if the fit is right and the money works out. So Falcons fans, here's the question for you. Do you take the risk for a player like Jacobe Meyers to help Michael Penn Jr. now, or do you hold your assets and build for the future? I want to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments below. Now, here's the thing. Jacobe Meyers might not be the flashiest name in the NFL, but he could be exactly what Michael Penn Jr. needs. A steady, reliable receiver who can help a young quarterback grow into the player Atlanta hopes he can be. Meyers isn't going to make highlight reels every week, but his consistency, hands, and smart routes could be the missing piece to help Penn Jr. reach the next level. That said, there's no ignoring the risk. If the money doesn't work out, if the fit isn't perfect, this trade could end up being nothing more than a short-term patch. Worse, it could be an overpay for a player who doesn't fully solve the team's bigger issues. Trades like this look great on paper, but football doesn't live on paper, it lives on the field. So here's the big question for Falcons fans: should Atlanta pull the trigger and bring in Jacobe Meyers? Or is this a move that looks nice on paper but doesn't actually move the needle? Would he help Michael Penn Jr. develop and take the offense to the next level? Or would this be a risk that doesn't pay off? I want to hear what you think. Drop your opinion in the comments right now. Let's debate, let's discuss, and let's see where Falcons fans really stand.